welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys. We are going to have a Barça news roundup because there's been a lot going on. Because we have had today the presentation of Jules Kounde, the new Barça centre-back. We're also going to be talking about the third economic lever being activated by the club and exactly what that is going to mean. We're going to be talking too about the left-back situation with particular emphasis again on Alejandro Balde. And of course there will be time, yes there will, for Lionel Messi and the rumours that continue, certainly gathering weight and strength now, about a potential return to Barca. It is all coming up for you today. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's do it! Because if we do indeed kick off there with the official presentation of Kounde, who earlier on today was presented there at the Ciutat Esportiva alongside Joan Laporta, the Barça president, of course, and it was great to see Kounde there in the Barcelona shirt. The fact that we've made here that top quality defensive signing, and that is an enormous addition to Xavi Hernandez's team right now. It's hopeful and really expected that he could make his Barça debut this Sunday at the Camp Nou for the Joan Gamper Trophy, and I cannot wait to see him in action there, forming that partnership at centre-back. We expect with Araujo, maybe playing in a back three as well. We don't know what Xavi has got up his sleeve, and I thought it was nice to hear that Kounde, in his presentation press conference there, he openly said, I had offers from Chelsea, I had an agreement there, I could have gone there, but once Barca were interested, again, it's the case of, as soon as Barca came in, well, that was always the place where I wanted to be. That was where I really wanted to go, and I was willing to wait to make that happen, and we know accept lesser wages as well. Kounde also spoke about the influence there and the impact that Xavi had on that particular move. Xavi was very key in making it happen. He said, I spoke with him, it was very easy to talk to Xavi, and what Kounde said was that he felt the warmth of Xavi and the desire to really bring him in and what he could do, of course, for his career too. So very exciting there to see Kounde, a Barca player now, and it won't be long until we see him out there on the field at the heart of our defence. But there have, of course, been plenty of questions, especially here when you're talking about new signings, big signings coming in at Barca. A lot of people, both inside and outside the club, not only Barca fans, but also other football fans saying, well, how are Barca going to register all these players? Are they going to be able to do that, even if maybe De Jong doesn't leave? Is that going to affect their plans? Are we going to have players that can't be registered? But that's never going to happen. Barca are not going to sign these players without a plan in place. And Barca here have always had in the back of their mind that maybe if certain departures didn't happen, it's still not to say that they won't for the rest of the window, but just in case here, they've been holding back a third economic lever. And today, that has been activated. Barca there announcing the sale of 24.5% of Barca Studios. That's going to be sold there to the company Socios.com. 100 million euros Barca are going to gain from that sale, and they say that it will accelerate the club's audiovisual, blockchain, NFT, and Web3 strategy. But I think what it is important to sort of note about this deal, first of all, guys, is don't confuse Barca Studios here with BLM. Those are two very different parts of Barca there, and Barca Studios is not actually something right now that the club consider a big money maker. They're not going to be losing a fortune in revenue every year here by selling off that percentage in Barca Studio, and it's actually been something that's been underperforming in recent years. So Barca here might actually feel that by bringing in Socios, they can actually help us too. They can lend some of their expertise and try to improve what Barca Studios has been doing. And this again is a move that has been very strategically thought out. There's been a lot of work gone into this. So this is not just something that we're selling off without any thought about the future. Again, it's done very carefully. And what that will allow us to do is just give us a bit more room, a bit more breathing space when it comes to registering new signings. But speaking of new signings, it is no secret at all about Barca right now that they're not done in the transfer market. We brought in a lot of incredible players, so much quality, but they're still looking right now, particularly when it comes to the full-back areas. Now, it was again reported this morning, primarily by Fabrizio Romano, that Marcos Alonso remains the priority left-back that Barca are looking at, but that deal continues to stall. Chelsea are asking for much more money than Barca are willing to pay. Barca see this here as a very low-cost option, somebody to come in and bring experience and know-how, but they don't want to pay much money at all for him, and I still wonder, and I still question many things about that deal. But Fabrizio also says there that Angelino, the RB Leipzig wing back there, and also Reguilon, of course, the Tottenham left back, they've also been discussed internally at the club as possible alternatives if that deal couldn't happen. But the question that I come here with today for you guys is, what about Alejandro Balde? Because we spoke about him there after the game against the New York Red Bulls, and for me, he just looks so promising. So much enthusiasm there in the left-back role, and you've seen what he's done right throughout pre-season, really coming through, looking confident and showing his quality. And I would just ask right now, with him coming through, do you need to go out and buy somebody? And I think it would be different for me if we were targeting a top left back. You know, if we were going out there spending big money on a big player to come in and actually take over from Jordi Alba, then I'd say, look, fair enough. You know, you're strengthening the team, bring in a top quality player. That's what we need. But we're talking about backup options. We're talking about here Marcos Alonso coming in, you know, as a sort of stopgap option. Is there a need to do that? Is there really a big benefit to do that instead of putting our trust in Balde? And I think what we have to do here, guys, be very careful this summer, because in the past, in that left-back role, you think about Grimaldo, who we let go, didn't get the opportunities, didn't come quickly enough for him, so he departed the club. We've been looking at him since, and I would certainly look now, especially this summer, Marc Cucurella. We let him go without giving him any chance at all to show what he could do in that left-back role. Now, this summer, Man City want him, Pep Guardiola wants him, Chelsea now want him for around 50 million euros, and those are players that we had, and we do not want to make the same mistake here, fall into the same path with Balde, who's promising, he's young, of course he's raw, but he's showing his potential, and he's really taken a step forward this summer, and certainly Mattia Almani alluded to that earlier, because during Kounde's presentation, he was asked about Balde, he was asked about the left-back role, and Almani did admit it's always good when young talents take a step forward, and I can say that Balde has taken a big step forward on tour. He said from there, though, it's a question for the coach, that's who's going to answer, and Xavi will decide. But I just hope here that we do the right thing, that we do continue what Barca has been all about, which Laporta wants to bring back and has tried to bring back to the club, trusting in our own and providing opportunities when they're available. But finally, guys, we do indeed have to talk now about Lionel Messi. Now, this was a subject, actually, that we spoke about yesterday over on MORETALKFCB. We spoke about Laporta's words on Messi, how open he was about the fact that he wants Messi to come back and wear the Barca shirt again. And it was interesting today now. Ashraf Benayad says that after these very public words by Laporta, openly coming out and stating his intentions, Laporta now is going to move on to the more silent stuff in the background, working specifically on repairing his relationship with Lionel Messi. And that's something that's going to be done in the background, away from the media spotlight, not in the public domain. And Laporta knows that is absolutely key to help any potential return. And Fabrizio Romano today, also very reliable, as we know, he says that Xavi and Messi, they continue to always be in contact. These are two people here that are regularly talking to each other. Xavi, apparently, according to Fabrizio, would love to bring Messi back to the club, to have him in his plans and available for selection. And Fabrizio, just as we've heard over the past few days about Messi, he also confirms that everybody at Barca, Laporta, Almani, Xavi Hernandez, they are all dreaming of bringing Messi back. They want to see him as a Barcelona player on a free transfer, of course, once his PSG contract expires in 2023. But Fabrizio says that right now, Messi is focused very much on the season, of course, at PSG. More than that, though, about the World Cup in December. That's going to be absolutely massive. The forefront, really, of Messi's calendar. And I think after the World Cup happens, then we'll hear from Messi what he's looking to do. He'll start thinking about that future. But right now, his focus is on the World Cup coming up, the season with PSG. But Barca, they are preparing. They are getting ready. And they do want to bring Messi back. So that there, guys, was the latest Barca news in a roundup for you today. I hope you're enjoying yourself and enjoying these days here where it's not so intense from Barca. You know, we've got lots of our business done now. We're waiting for that new season, and I really do appreciate all your support. You know, you're wishing me well here on holiday. I hope the videos are still okay for you. Doing my best, of course, updating you whenever I can, and I will be seeing you soon. No doubt about that, for plenty more videos to come. Thank you, though, like I say, for all of that support. Please leave your thoughts down below on what we've discussed today, and I will be seeing you very soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.